On at 3A, Shelby and East Link. Shelby with a 7-3 mark. East Link 6-4. John Flanders has the mark from Denver.
Paul Delano, we're at East Lincoln tonight where they're hosting Shelby in the first round of the playoffs. And this is East Lincoln's mascot, the Mustang. So the Mustangs trying to advance in the playoffs tonight against the Golden Lions of Shelby. Orange ribbons being worn at East Lincoln High School tonight in honor of teacher Mark Hoyle, recovering from cancer surgery in a Washington hospital. East with Big D early. Matt Watson, the big hit on John McGill, stacking them up behind the Shelby line. The Lions strike first, a 34-yard field goal in the first quarter by kicker Tucker Hamrick. Gives the Golden Lions a 3-zip lead. To second quarter action we go. Mustangs on the move. Quarterback Keir Roseborough, a screen pass to Jamie Randleman. He faked me out, and then he went 40 yards down the left sideline to give Lincoln a 7-3 lead at the half. Now watch the blocks here by Gerard Glenn and Jeremiah Washburn. They spring Omar Roberts. He goes 19 yards, and it's 10-3 Shelby Golden Lions. East playing Big D still. Watch the big hit on Omar by Ben Aiken. Then the play that could have been pivotal in the game. Omar Roberts up the middle, and the ball obviously pops loose before he hits the ground. The Mustangs recovered, and it looked like they would have the chance to go for the win. But the refs said no fumble, and Shelby took a 10-7 victory.
Hi, we're the East Lincoln Cheerleaders, and you've been watching John Flanders on Good Old Friday Night.
See you next week, right here, same time, same station.
Okay, Batman.
How about that? Shelby a winner over East Lincoln. The final 10-7. Thanks a lot, John. And Asheville, no problem with Franklin. 40.
Minus Coach Jim Taylor on the sidelines. Traveled east on 150 last night to take on the Mustangs from East Lincoln. With head coach Jim Taylor looking on from the press box early in the first quarter, the Golden Lions, Eugene Leach would take the option pitch from Antonio Gaston, and he would rip down the sidelines, but hold everything a penalty. Would bring it back, no score after 12 minutes of play. Second quarter action, a Lions drive would stall out. Enter Tucker Hamrick center stage. He would split the uprights from 35 yards out. Shelby was up 3-0, but Shelby's offense would take a direct hit as Robert Williams would suffer a shoulder injury and would have to leave the game. We'll keep you posted. The Mustangs would stampede back and connect on this 40-yard touchdown pass down the sideline and take that 7-3 lead at the break. Second half action, the Golden Lions would march the opening kickoff down the field. And who else but Omar Roberts would pound it in the end zone to go up 10-7. The Lions defense corralled the Mustangs, thank you very much, and held on to win it 10-7. Lions move to 8-3 on the season and will play at Asheville.
Sentence, and I didn't
The Golden Lions from Shelby taking on a 3A powerhouse, the Cougars from Asheville, and the Cougars' John Avery, who had 217 yards and 4 touchdowns last week, exploded on the opening drive to put Asheville in the catbird seat early, 7-0. But the Golden Lion defense would hit center stage and force a fumble, and the Lions would recover, and Omar Roberts roared in to tie it at 7. The Cougars would come right back and force a turnover and would capitalize with this field goal to go ahead 10-7. And Shelby's offense would take a potential knockout punch as quarterback Antonio Gaston would sprain his ankle and have to leave the game. Enter Robert the Quick Man Williams. He would march the Lions down the field, and with seconds remaining in the first half, enter the man with the golden toe, Tucker Hamrick. He would nail a 42-yard field goal to tie it at 10 at the break. Third quarter action, the Lions would mount a drive, but Robert Williams would cough up the pigskin, and we stayed tied at 10 after 3 quarters of play. Both defenses were dominating in the final period, but it would come down to this. With 1:43 to play, the Cougars were looking to pass, and Eugene Leach would deliver Coach Jim Taylor an early Christmas present as he would go all the way the Lions would seal the deal, winning it 17-10. The Lions on a collision course with the Red Raiders from South Point next week. Our playoff mania continues. Red Raiders from South Point, the big question, would Shelby get their revenge on the Red Raiders? But South Point would break the ice first. Courtney Williams gave the Raiders an early 7-0 lead after 1 quarter of play. Second quarter action, 4th and goal. My man Eugene Leach on the option pitch would knot it at 7. Late in the first half, Red Raiders Shannon Armstrong would take it to the air for the score, and the Raiders would enjoy a 14-7 halftime lead. Third quarter action for you. Lions would strike. Omar Roberts would pound it in to tie it at 14, but the Red Raiders would come right back from 3 yards out to go ahead 21-14. But the Lions would not quit. Antonio Gastillon would answer the call from 14 yards out to tie it at 21 to end the third quarter. Folks, it gets better in the fourth. Raiders would regain the lead behind Courtney Williams' 3-yard run to go up 28-21. But the seesaw battle continued with 48 seconds left. Oh my, Omar Roberts would tie it at 28. Smile, Omar, you're on camera, baby. And that would send it into overtime and another coin toss.
You're going to call it? Everybody else can hear. Heads. Heads, he says. And heads it is. So we want to play defense first. You want to play defense first, okay?
Jim, I want to play defense first. But the defensive strategy would not work for Coach Jim Taylor as South Point would score but miss the extra point, making it 34-28. South Point leaving the door wide open for the Lions. And who else? Oh my, Omar Roberts would tie it up at 34, and that would set the stage for the man with the golden toe. Thank you very much, Tucker Hamrick. He would win it with the extra point.
Really, they're trying to ice me, but I knew I could make it. It's just really chip shot.
The Lions advance to the state semifinals. They will play High Point Andrews next week here in Queen City. Raider, baby, Tucker Hamrick would seal the deal for Shelby with the extra point, winning in overtime, propelling the Golden Lions into the state semifinals. Thank you, Tucker Hamrick, for our highlight of the night. Folks, stay tuned.
Shelby Lions traveling to South Point tonight to play the Red Raiders. South Point players are pumped. Yeah, they're excited, especially, too, when they take a 21-7 lead. As Courtney Williams for the second effort. Look at that. 1-2. Get into that end zone. He does. But the Lions would come back. Hey, the mark of a good team. Can you come back? Antonio Gaston keeps it. And where's he going? Right to the camera. Work that guy. That's the way you do it. Yeah, you're on TV prime time. I like it. Prime time live. Shelby wins it. Look at this one. 35-14. We're not done yet.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Football Friday Night. As we said, we've got a humdinger in 3A. Shelby Lions 9-3 on the season, led by their great running back, Omar Roberts, in Belmont tonight, taking on the South Point Red Raiders, 11-1 on the season. Now, the Red Raiders, led by Courtney Williams, we've had him on our air all year long, a great running back. Now, this was a rematch game from earlier in the season. And, you know, rematch games, the advantage usually goes to the team that lost in the first game. We'll tell you about that. But first, let's check the highlights. John Flanders has the story.
Here we go with the highlights.
Only 1 point separated these two teams when they met during the regular season. The score, 28-27, South Point over the Golden Lions of Shelby. 1 point would separate them tonight. The Red Raiders go up 7-zip on their second possession of the game when Courtney Williams scores, but the Golden Lions of Shelby cap a 92-yard drive when Brett Begum takes a pitch and goes in. The war was on. South Point led 14-7 at the half, and everyone was happy. But the music stopped when Shelby tied it at 14 on an Omar Roberts score from 5 yards out. South Point goes up 21-14 when Don Stowe powers in from 6 yards out in the third. But the Lions roar back. Yes, this is a reverse. Here it is right here. Yeah, he faked me out. He faked just about everybody out, as a matter of fact. And there he goes. Robert Williams, 51 yards down the sideline. And that sets up Shelby's tying score, tied at 21 in a big blow. Shannon Armstrong goes out with an injured shoulder. South Point takes a 28-21 lead when Williams pounds in the fourth quarter. But the Shelby Lions would come back again. You know who they give it to? Omar Roberts. He goes in easily, and we go to OT tied at 28. South Point gets the ball first, and they pound in on a Courtney Williams score. But the play of the game right here. Number 28, James Smith, blocks the Courtney Williams attempt at the extra point. And South Point's only up 6. Omar Roberts, he ties the game at 34. And then for the win, Tucker Hamrick all the way through. And Shelby, ladies and gentlemen, is headed to the semifinals with a 35-34 win. John Flanders for Football Friday Night.
And there you see the final score. And as we said, usually when a team beats another in the regular season, the advantage goes to the team that lost in the regular season during the playoffs, and that's exactly what happened tonight as South Point wins 35. Actually, that should be...
That is the other way around. Shelby won the game, of course, 35-34. I think we ought to fix that right now so folks at home don't get the wrong score. Excuse me, we got it wrong on the scoreboard. Thank you. 35-34. Shelby the winner. And how do you figure that, D-Man, when a team wins by 1 point? South Point, who had a great season, wins by a point in the regular season, and in the playoffs, Shelby a winner. Unbelievably by 1 point. So it'll be Shelby and High Point Andrews next week as Andrews beats Kernersville Glen 20-17.
Elsewhere.
Title, they play on Friday night at Shelby against High Point Andrews, and Shelby doesn't feature any one player in its attack. It truly is a team effort when the Golden Lions take to the field, but that's been the hallmark of this club that has enjoyed so much success under head coach Jim Taylor.
We came together as one team, and we're not concerned about, you know, the big one player making the big play and stuff. We just all come together and just play like we've been playing.
The experience of 2 state championships has taught the Lions how to play this round of the playoffs.
Honestly, we treat it like another football game, and we try to tell them that we need to play good defense and that we need the team that blocks well and plays defense will win a football game.
Tom Kipe named captain of the U.S. Rifle.
After the last 2 games, we feel very fortunate to be where we are. We've kind of been Santa Claus the last 2 ball games with the football, and we really and truly do feel very, very fortunate, yet we are pleased.
That's good coach.
Ball championship, but the Red Raiders from High Point looking to crash the party. Shelby would come out steaming in the first quarter. They would march down the field on their opening possession, and Tucker Hamrick would cap off the drive with a 36-yard field goal. Lions were up quickly, 3-zip. The Lion defense would shut High Point Andrews down on their opening possession. Eugene Leach with the big hit there. Then on offense, Antonio Gaston with the option pitch to John McGill, and he would break it down the sideline to put Shelby up 10-0 after 1 quarter of play. Second quarter action, the Red Raiders' Ronnie Whitworth would hit the gap and race in to bring High Point within 3, 10-7. But the Lions would roar back. Gaston back to pass. He would find Robert the Quick Man Williams with the nifty move, and the Lions would enjoy a 17-7 lead. But the Red Raiders would strike from the air. Larry Patterson would hit Tyrone Graham, but they would miss the extra point. Halftime, Lions up 17-13. We'll be back with second half highlights right after this. Lead at 20-17. With the Lions, Eugene Leach would rumble down the sideline into Raider country and set up Omar Roberts blasting in from 5 yards out to put the Lions back up 24-20, and the Shelby faithful loving every minute of it. But with 24 seconds left in the third quarter, High Point Andrew Stephon Smith, remember his name, would hit the sideline to put the Raiders large and in charge, 27-24, after 3 quarters in the book. Fourth quarter action, strap on, folks. The war would continue. Started off with a boom for the Lions. Omar Roberts would take the handoff, and he would go all the way. 65 yards. Whoa, Nelly. Lions surge ahead, 31-27. But High Point Andrews would mount a drive behind the running of Ronnie Whitworth. Nice run there. And that would set up Stephon Smith. He would take the handoff and go untouched to give the Raiders a 34-31 lead late in the fourth. nail-biting time for both teams at this point. Late in the fourth, Shelby would strike again. Antonio Gaston would find Robert Quickie Williams, and he would race in for the score. But hold everything a little deja vu. Another Heartbreak Hotel. A motion penalty would bring this play back, and that would set up a 4th and 12. Gaston would air it out, the tip, and Jeremy Charles would pick it off, putting Andrews in the driver's seat. A couple of plays later, High Point Stephon Smith would seal the deal for Andrews. High Point wins it in a thriller, 41-31. They will move on to Chapel Hill to play for the North Carolina 3A State Championship. For Shelby Headline Sports, I'm Chris Harris. Stay